So right now you're probably tired because despite doing everything right, eating clean, trying to exercise, cutting out the snacks, the weight just won't budge. Trust me, I've been there. I know exactly where you are. My name is Marcia. I'm a health and wellness coach specializing in science-backed fat loss. Over the years, I've helped hundreds of busy women finally break through their weight plateau and build habits that stick. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 scientifically proven weight loss strategies backed by research that actually help you burn fat, feel fuller, and lose weight sustainably. I'll not only share the science behind this, but I'll also share real-world stories and then give you practical ways to apply them into your life. So, let's get straight into it. Many people think that diet is everything, but cardio and resistance is a powerful lever in fat loss. One of my clients, Sarah, started doing 3 cardio sessions and 2 weight strength lifting sessions a week. She wasn't starving herself, but over 12 weeks, she saw consistent fat loss, more definition, and felt more energetic. A meta-analysis of 116 randomized controlled trials found that aerobic exercise is linearly associated with decreases in body weight, waist circumferences, and body fat, especially when people do more than 150 minutes a week of moderate to vigorous activity. Another RCT Shape 2 trial in postmenopausal overweight women showed that combined exercise with a small calorie restriction reduced substantious fat significantly, more than diet alone. Also in that trial, the exercise group improved self-perceived physical and mental health more than the diet-only group. Prioritize regular movement. Aim for at least 150 minutes of aerobic activity per week, plus 1 to 2 sessions of resistance training. Even without drastic dieting, this combination helps preserve lean mass and boost fat loss. So, cool. Exercise helps to boost your metabolism and shape. But what about what do you eat? How can changing your nutrition make fat loss more efficient? By the way, I've created a free guide that lays out the exact steps I use with my clients to get quick, lasting changes in their weight loss. Okay? You can grab it for free in the description below. So, point number 2. Not all macros are equal when it comes to fat loss. Protein is especially powerful for appetite, metabolism, and muscle retention. Another client of mine, Maya, used to snack constantly after every meal, right? She would snack before and after meals, and she still felt hungry pretty quickly. However, when she bumped up her protein, I'm talking about the lentils, the tofu, the chickpeas, her cravings dropped and she felt more satisfied. Clinical trials showed that increasing protein from 15% to 30% of energy significantly reduces spontaneous calorie intake, increases satiety, and leads to fat loss. In one study, participants lost 4.9 kg over 12 weeks. Higher protein diets also boost diet-induced thermogenesis. Breaking down protein requires more energy than carbs or fat, so you burn more digesting mechanistically. Protein stimulates appetite suppression hormones and reduces ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone. I would say try to get about 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kg of body weight, or around 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. Not only will you feel fuller, but you also maintain your muscle and lose fat. Great. So now you're moving, right, and you're eating the smart way. But how do you track any of this? This brings me to point number 3. Many people skip tracking because they think it's too restrictive. But when done well, calorie counting is one of the most reliable ways to lose weight. A friend of mine used to guess her calories, but when she started logging her meals in an app, she realized she was underestimating by a lot. Adjusting for this gave her more control and her weight started to drop. Self-monitoring or food logging is strongly associated with weight loss success in many behavioral weight loss interventions. Consistently recording what you eat helps you stay in a deficit and makes adjustments possible. Now, take note of this. Whilst numbers vary, the principle is backed by many study and behavior change research. Use a calorie tracking app or food diary for at least a few weeks to understand how much you actually eat, right? And then once you know your baseline, you can make smarter decisions, adjust portions, and create a sustainable calorie deficit. So now we're moving to point number 4. This is going to sound like it's simple, but your plate size and the tools you use to serve food can influence how much you put on your plate. Okay. One of my clients, Lena, swapped her big dinner plates for a calibrated portion plate with marked sectors for carbs, protein, vegetables, and she found that she naturally served herself less and didn't feel deprived. A study with portion-controlled tableware, specifically a calibrated plate with visual cues for starch, protein, veggies, it showed people served and consumed smaller portions. Simply using a smaller plate isn't always enough, but portion-controlled plates or serving tools with portion guides can help visually regulate how much you serve, especially when combined with mindful eating. Use a calibrated or portion-guided tableware, or be deliberate with your serving sizes. This simple visual trick can prevent overeating, right, without feeling like you're dieting too hard. So we've covered what to eat, we've covered how much and exercise, but is there a way to make it easier to maintain all of this long term? This leads me to our last point. Intermittent fasting, especially time-restricted eating, has exploded in popularity. But what does the science actually say? Is it just another fad or a real effective tool? Another client of mine, Zoe, tried a 16 to 18 intermittent fasting schedule, eating from noon to 8 p.m. She didn't change her food dramatically, but she found she naturally snacked less in the evening. And overall, several months, she lost fat without feeling chronically hungry. A systematic review of meta-analysis of 29 RCTs showed that time-restricted eating lowers meal frequency and eating earlier in the day were associated with greater weight loss when followed for at least 12 weeks. In overweight or obese women, another meta-analysis found that time-restricted eating reduced body weight by 1.93 kg on average, and fasting insulin without insignificant loss of lean mass. In a 12-month clinical trial, Varady et al. Participants doing time-restricted eating in an 8-hour eating window naturally reduced their calorie intake by around 400 calories a day, which was very similar to the calorie reduction in a traditional calorie counting group, especially time-restricted eating, which can be a very powerful behavioral tool, not because it's magical, but because it makes it easier to naturally reduce your calories by cutting eating hours. But it's not superior to calorie counting for everyone, so pick the method that fits your lifestyle, that you can actually stick with. Wow, so those are the 5 points. 5 points that are scientifically backed for your weight loss. And if you want to accelerate your results even faster, the free guide that I mentioned earlier will show you exactly how to lose weight for good. These are the same steps I use with my clients to achieve fast, lasting results. You can grab it for free in the description. I hope this helped. If it did, subscribe, share the content, leave a comment, let me know which tip you're going to use. And I'll see you in the next video. Until next time.